Good evening, and welcome to a very hype matchup in the 2-0 Swiss bracket between RedBirdGrad and Shatty. These two runners are well known in this community, have been racing since pretty much the moment I jumped in and before. So I know that we're in for a very good race tonight. Alongside me is Eat My Steel. Eat My Steel, last time I commentated on a race, we had a bunch of different bosses in every single room. It was even overloaded beyond the normal extra bosses. You think that might be the case this time, or what kind of troll are you hoping for?
I mean, we're always hoping for all the trolls, right? But yeah, I'm extremely excited for this race. Pretty much everything I've learned about this game, or a good portion of it, I learned from both of these runners. So we're in for a treat tonight.
Yep, so we're going to start off just to the left of the open cave and kind of below the forest Armos. Looks like both are actually going to route into the coast item and see what it is real quick while checking this open cave.
Yeah, I mean, if you're over here, this is one of the first things you want to do. You want to find out where your items are, what they are, and plus you got one open cave over here to check for a sword.
Well, it's not a sword, it's a level 2 filled with whiz robes and a free Triforce from the forced bomb wall that was open. And more blue whiz robes in the next room, so lots of whizzies and a free Triforce. I think I know what's happening here.
Yeah, and level 2, you want to early, you don't want to even really be fighting in here. Just get the Triforce, it's free to you, and get out.
Looks like Shay may have found one more room to kind of sneak into, but it's just a rupee boss. We'll see if he just grabs the Triforce as well, as we have the red ring on the coast. So once they find the ladder, I think they'll be back.
And for those of you new to RedBirdGrad, he always has a red tunic, so he does not have the ring yet, but I'm sure he'll be looking for it once he gets that ladder.
Alright, both with the Triforce in 2. I think now we're going to see some Armos checks just to see if maybe there's a free ladder there. Open caves along the way will be checked though, just to make sure there's no levels and or a sword there. But we see a 42 rupee candle and a slightly expensive bait.
Yeah, that's a good price on the candle too. That's something right by start. You know, you get the cash, you can come right back there and grab a candle. You can save your take on these for hearts and potions.
And speaking of candle, we have a take anyone at the first Armos we check. RedBirdGrad is going to grab that one, and I think Shatty probably will make the same play. You're not really guaranteed to run into money immediately, so might as well take what you can.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I'll usually take a candle, but yeah, sometimes if you got one that close to start, you can think about taking it. So Shatty takes it. Yeah, he takes the heart.
Well, just making me a liar. That's okay though. See if it works out for him, or if he runs into some door repairs. It looks like RedBirdGrad is running into the door repair now at Vanilla 2, so let's see if Shatty catches that in time.
So Shatty is already thinking about mags.
Yeah, we haven't even seen it yet. We're already thinking about it.
I think Shatty's always thinking about it.
So Armos check number 2. Shatty will get there first. And we have another cave with rupees, so will we have enough money here? No, just another 10, as Redbird unfortunately tries to get in that cave and takes a death. So he'll probably still go back up there and check that cave. It gives Shay some extra time to get to the third Armos screen, and we have a ladder, so hey, we have a red ring too.
Yeah, this might be kind of a quick seed here if we got red rings so fast. Well, quick as far as these flags go.
Yeah, Shatty's going to go ahead and try and knock out some of these caves up in the northeast corner. Make sure there's no sword and or white sword item up here and or levels. Probably hoping for the sword first. Gambling game, will he do it? Minus 46, minus 4, and plus 73, so it's very feast or famine with the very high negative and positive values. And if Shatty gets over to the next screen, there's another take anyone, so RedBirdGrad is going to get heart number 4. Shetty will get heart number 5 or get a candle, depending on whether or not he wants to keep chancing it.
I'll predict a heart.
Yep, you are correct. So he's got a 66% chance at the white sword item. And has a 0% chance at buying his blue candle until he finds some money.
Yeah, not a bad thing taking a little gamble there. I mean, I'm not one for the money-making game, but I might have taken that gamble too real early. Got just a couple bucks in pocket, you might as well. You know you can always up A and get right back to where that candle is.
And Redbird grabs the ladder, and it looks like he's making no checks at this point beyond that ladder. He's just going to go straight to the coast and get that, while Shatty appears to be heading towards Vanilla 5 and the White Sword Cave. We'll see if there's anything of value over here that Redbird passed for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, there's wisdom in both of these plays. You know, while you're up there where Shatty is, I get, you know, wanting to go and see if you can get those 2 open caves. You can find your sword up there, but then on the other hand, if you go down and grab the ring, you got a better chance of surviving that journey. So,
Yep, level 6 at our White Sword Cave. So it's a level. It's a level probably that Shatty won't dig for very long. Just going to check some open rooms and make sure there isn't a freebie. If he had a candle, he might be able to kill the Keese. But no candle, no Keese killing.
and Redbird making good use of that candle, giving himself a candle boost up those stairs to get through those p-hats. That was kind of a nice little move by him.
And out we go. I'm actually a little bit surprised at this point that Shatty's going to opt into continued routing. I thought maybe he would just go ahead and save now and go for the red ring.
Well, he didn't check the actual waterfall cave, so that he had to go back and get that one.
Now, it's going to be a bit of a pain from where he's at. Just barely going to make it off this time. It's not going to end up being anything of note.
Yeah, and that's where Redbird going back and grabbing that ring, he had a lot less to worry about trying to get to that spot.
Now, looks like Redbird probably will have a bit of a lead in this dungeon if the Keese drop a map or drop the Triforce by chance here in this first room. Otherwise, they're pretty much even.
Yeah, Shatty might have a little step out just on the overworld exploration. He's going to grab his ring and then probably go on to new unseen territory for us here.
Nothing in the room with Keese, but since Redbird had the ladder and the candle, he was able to pull off a banana key to visit the old man above. No chance to do that with the main handle, but we will get our container on the floor here in 6, so we're evened up on the health as well. So now it's just a bit of an advantage in terms of combat, as Redbird's going to be able to clear some of these forest spots that Shatty won't get a chance to clear. Kind of interesting though, because that kind of forces you to check open caves for your wood sword, so it might lead to Shatty finding his wood sword first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Redbird finds under these candle spots.
Yep, nothing so far outside the prescription paper, which, you know, can be useful later, but with it just being a burn bush spot, I think Shatty will eventually find that as well, so... The only real payoff was if he found a level that was like level 1 or level 3, and he could get to a staircase easily. Level 4 is good enough, too.
Yeah, and with Red Ring in hand, the potion is a lot less important for these guys, especially these two. They're very experienced runners.
Redbird wanted nothing to do with that 4 for now. He's on the hunt for the wood sword as well. money's been basically vanilla so far that I've seen. Looked like it was 10 and 30. I didn't see what the door repair was, but doesn't look like money's going to be one way or the other yet. Door repair was 20 according to our tracker pro piece. So vanilla, vanilla, vanilla.
As I say, we got a Fred for the money on this overworld.
There's a big swing on the large, so it might be a bit different. As Shetty finds the arrow shop, looks like it's rolled down from 80 to 70, so small discount.
Yep, and Shatty doing my favorite move, which is when you leave the cave, you accidentally go right back into it. I love doing that. I love it.
We're quickly eliminating all the spots near start, and we're beginning to eliminate the deadwood spots for the sword. A couple spots left as far as open caves go here. Again, Shetty's kind of at a disadvantage down here because he doesn't have his candle yet, so Redbird might find some good stuff underneath some of these burn bushes.
And just to taunt Shetty a little bit more, there's another candle shop for him.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that you have free access to a lot of money on this overworld. Definitely not on the large secret side. So it's just about finding medium and small secrets to work your way up. Shetty will need either 2 mediums or a medium and 2 smalls to get enough money for that, or win a gambling game. I think if he runs into another gambling game based on the fact that 70 is the big payday, I think he'll try again just to try and get there.
Yeah, at this point, that would seem pretty worthwhile. Not really a heck of a lot in these burn bushes so far yet. Just the level 4 that we saw on Redbird's side.
And we have some any roads potentially for Shatty. One at the gravestone, one north of level 1. As well as a whole bunch of combat that's in the way of getting back in there for the moment. So it looks like he may just opt into screen wrapping towards the grave the other way. And the open cave at the grave is another 42 rupee candle. So, continuous taunting.
I bet he's second-guessing that choice now.
Yep. The vanilla Deadwoods 100 secret is a 100 secret in this one. Unfortunately, it's taken 9 off. Shatty finds 91 rupees at the Armos in the grave. We have a candle.
Yeah, kind of a low money seed on this one then. Just a shade under what vanilla is.
So, according to my notes now, we need to see vanilla level 6. And if that's not it, we're hiking up the mountain. Redbird's going to take a quick jump into this any road. He hasn't checked level 1, so he's going to make his routing work out that direction, it looks like, as level 8 is just to the northeast of vanilla 1. And at level 6, we have found the wood sword at 13 minutes and 36 seconds.
Yeah, Redbird took that any road, diverted back away from the grave, going to check that desert shop, and kind of redirected him away from it a little bit for a short period, not too long. He'll be getting that very shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, this screen to get up to vanilla 6 was not the nicest of screens. With the red ring, it's very doable, obviously, but I would not have had a fun time going at it with Green Tunic. The any roads lead you to the coast, uh, raft spot, and the corner of Candle Row. So overall, not amazing any roads, but you at least get west to east movement on them, so you can move around a little bit.
And you also get the info of the one raft spot not being required, so it's really looking like Power Bracelet's probably the item they need. I mean, not guaranteed yet, but just odds are that's going to be the thing we're looking for.
Well, I've had, I think, 3 or 4 seeds now where one raft spot's been eliminated, and on all but one of them, it's been the other raft spot that has my level, so I don't know if that's just by pure circumstance or what's going on there. So, I'd still want that raft.
Oh yeah, if you find it, you're picking it up. I mean, I've had seeds where both the raft spots were dungeons, so anything can happen in Rando.
Yep. Basically, near copies in terms of exploration outside of Deadwoods and Forest and Overworld, your start 4 spots. So those didn't really pay off besides level 4 and level 8 just now for Shatty. So not a huge advantage gained in all that exploration, but Shatty will have to make that up later and lose a little bit of time. Shatty's going to try and go for the double on bombs. I think he's probably on 6 and 8, given he's fighting this one, or he's just trying to clear the screen so it'll respawn them all later. As Redbird, only about 2 minutes to change behind in terms of sword pickup.
Yeah, especially with those gorillas being right outside of that level, you can always go back in and keep respawning them if you need to get bombs and you're in a pinch.
And let's see if the gorillas prove you wrong and are in this dungeon, and they are. So the moblins outside, though, are good for farming, and these gorillas all lined up for that one bomb hit, so there's potential to drop more bombs. He had to wait for the last one, though, as Wand is the item in the first staircase we find in 8.
Ah, gorillas, moblins, they're the same thing, right? But that's a nice item for Shatty to find early. I'm sure as soon as Redbird dips in there, he will find that extremely quickly. But right now, a little combat advantage for Shatty.
Yeah, with 6, 7, or 8 bombs, I think this bombing strategy is not my favorite, but it worked out for him, and bombs are in that room, so he can save that for later and come back if he needs bombs. Meanwhile, Redbird knows where level 4 is. Now that he has the wood sword in hand, he's going to try and go back in here and see what he can find. Finds a dig dogger in the first room, which is blocking one room. Next up, not such a massive block, so he might find his way through this a little bit further.
Yeah, and that's a good play by him. Anytime you have one of the first, 5 dungeons and you know where it is, it's always a good place to go back to.
Alright, we may have an item, we may have a transport for. It is Lord Banana, and Redbird says no thanks. And in the next room we do have a transport, so it is a segmented 4.
Well, that's the rare case where you find the item first. You got a segment in there, you're almost guaranteed to find that first, it seems like.
Wooden boomerang, might have considered the pickup only because it may have stunned your way through the overworld, and we've seen a couple dig doggers already, so it would have helped a little bit in those situations. But with the red ring on both runners' side, I don't think that the Lionel stun's as important as, say, the dig dogger stunning would if you got the mini dig doggers out.
Shatty burning his only key in this level 8, seeing if he can locate a Triforce, probably. Possible Goma block in the the room there with the possible item. You never know.
Yep, hard to say if there's segments involved, if it's a transport, if it doesn't push at all. But it definitely gives you a little bit of concern if you see that sort of situation.
And yeah, with the extra bosses on, like you were talking about at the beginning, you never know what's going to be blocking your way on something important.
Shetty's still finding lots of bombs in this level 8. And we may have another staircase here that could pay off with a freebie key in the corner. I think if this is anything but the any key in here, I would probably bail if this is an item. It's the transport, so Shatty will take it and see if it leads to the block he saw earlier. It does not.
And Shatty's actually not too bad for resources right now. He's got a couple keys, he's got bombs. In this level 8, he's got wand, red ring. If he can find places to go, he'll try to get this Triforce if he can.
And we have confirmation of where the Triforce will be with that compass pickup. Seemed like there might have been a chance to bomb or key your way into that room based on how close he was earlier. Doesn't look like he's actually been in the room, though.
Yeah, it looks like he was in the 2 rooms adjacent to it, so yeah, I think he'll be heading right back down there.
Yeah, Redbird's trying to bomb his way through this room. Fairy gets him to abandon his doorway strats. That can pay off, or sometimes they control you. In this case, he got the payday.
Name that ink blot in level 4. In honor of Redbird, I'm going to say it's a bird pooing on something, which would be perfect for this race.
I was going to go along the same lines, but I kind of had a little PTSD from that since it's an event that has occurred recently for me.
Oh no!
Yep. But anyways, we do have find the Triforce in level 4 with knowledge of the item and heart container. We have nothing left to do here.
Yeah, dual Triforce pickups for these runners. We are as close as we can get right now.
And Forgotten Spot houses level 7 as Redbird finds another level, this time level 5. I'm assuming he went down to the southern coast there. So let's see if Shaggy decides to metagame. There may not be much metagaming with the staircase instantly, but it is just a transport in this case. There's always the meme that level 7 is not dug by Redbird. I don't find it to be true, but sometimes runners will go after it anyways.
Yeah, Redbird himself was explaining that the other day, and that was almost more in regards to the Pentaforce tournament when you only had to get 5 Triforces, where 7 was not ideal to dig in those situations. But these runners are going to have to get all the Triforces this round.
Yep. Leox posing no threat to Redbird. Very skilled vanilla runner. You have to fight a lot of those in your runs, especially if you're like me and you get stuck in level 4 and have to reset every time. Item is White Sword, though, in level 7. It wasn't too deep in, so we have a massive combat upgrade as far as, well, massive combat disparity even between the two runners.
Yeah, red ring in hand, white sword, and wand. Shatty is going to be a wrecking ball going through these dungeons. And both these guys have ladder to boot, so that's just going to be... it makes it feel like right now it feels kind of jetty. You don't want to kind of curse yourself on these early saying stuff like that, but it's nice. It's nice to find that stuff.
Yeah. Still have a couple of rude bosses in rooms preventing clears, but as long as the Triforce isn't underneath there, Shatty will be able to get in and out of this level 7 in a hurry. He clears this diamond staircase in hopes that it drops the map since it's one of the first rooms in the dungeon. Has Redbird found the staircase to the item? The answer is yes, and it's the any key on one key. I'm sure he's loving that pickup.
Oh yeah, that's another great item for these guys for early exploration. Just allows you to just go through anything you find, any door.
This might be one of those weird seeds where we start eliminating all of our items outside of the Power Bracelet, Recorder, and Raft for 9, and by virtue of that, getting knowledge of our level 9 items. As we find the Triforce at 5, we had the compass for it, so Redbird is now up to 3 Triforces.
Yep, and that one outstanding item in 8 is going to loom for quite some time here until Redbird possibly gets back in there and we maybe see a different path through there.
And we have a transport staircase here at 7 with a bunch of blue Wizrobes with a lot of bombs and a white sword. It looks like Shatty is going to opt into clearing this. It could drop a Triforce or a compass, so it could pay off, or it could have a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, it's hard to pass up those right-hand stair rooms like that. You know there's always a good chance something's going to drop in there.
No dice this time. We'll see what's on the other side. Looks like it's segmented 7 at this point. And we're down to 1 bomb, so this one's got to work out. Thankfully for Shatty, it does.
Redbird's back in 2 looking for that item. Both runners have the Triforce in here, but they'll see if he can find something sitting on the floor here in 2.
Yeah, this room's not too terrible because you have the moat that kind of trolls the Wizrobe pattern, and he does successfully get through that room without too much effort. So down we go. We're gonna get to fight this room. I kind of feel like this room is going to be the map room for Redbird.
Now, has the map algorithm changed recently as far as how you're able to find it?
Not too much. There may be a bit of an update for later versions of the game, but for now it's basically you're supposed to be able to find it without having to spend a whole bunch of keys or bombs.
Still the old 1 bomb hole rule?
Is that the staircase? No, it's 1 to the right of the staircase in 7. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to have fairly easy access to it, with the exception in this tournament being that the extra bosses can pose a threat to that if they happen to spawn in the room early on. However, this level 2 does have a very linear and open path, so that might be throwing this map deeper into the dungeon somewhere. And we do thankfully have a fairly easy Triforce get level 7, but it took Shatty quite some time to find it.
Yeah, Shatty being able to find those compasses in 7 and 8 helped him get those Triforces, so been getting a little help.
Yeah, as noted by Bogey in chat, it was a compass behind a bomb wall and a Triforce behind a bomb wall in 7. There's our map of 2. It was 4 rooms away from the entry room, so actually not too far into this level 2. Shay's going to start uncovering some of Death Mountain, probably looking for either level 1 or the White Sword Cave.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that shape in 2. I'm trying to think of something. I'm not coming up with much. It's crazy shape.
And Shay is quickly getting a lot of money. He'll be able to buy some stuff as long as he doesn't get bow and arrow real quick, otherwise he'll run out.
Oh, crocodile. I like that from the top view. I see that. That's good.
Oh hi yo, we have the magic boomerang in its vanilla dungeon. That's enough digging for Redbird, he's out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Shatty ever makes that play back into 2, if he ends up kind of desperate for an item, if he goes back there or not, because that's nothing we need. As much as we love it.
Yep. Shatty finds the shop with the 70 rupee wood arrows. It's not the rare shop, so he's going to buy his wood arrows now in hopes of finding a bow so he can spend all his money. And looks like Death Mountain also houses the magical sword. It's just above the Armos screen. Shatty will probably make note of that in case he gets to a significant amount of hearts. I don't think he's really found any dungeon hearts for the most part. Maybe one dungeon heart. Outside of that, it's been basically the Takenny ones that have been funding his heart containers.
Yeah, and that might be a little out of the way spot to be coming back here and check, but if he gets the hearts and he's kind of in the vicinity, we may see a check there.
Yeah, I would think there'd have to be a dungeon kind of in western Death Mountain, like maybe one up and left from it. That might lead you back there later if you get the flute. We may have found one of the last Takenny ones. Shay's continuing to pick up hearts. I think my favorite thing to see in Death Mountain is moblins, especially the blue or some call them green moblins. They give you those bomb drops that you desperately need once you're through clearing this. And this is definitively the final Takenny one up in Western Death Mountain. So we're up to 8 hearts on Shatty's side, 2 away from even bothering at the magical sword though.
And Redbird having a time with these blue Lionels over here does get a bomb drop. Oh, he takes a death.
And Power Bracelet is the white sword item in Western Death Mountain.
Oh, looks like Shatty might be beelining right to those spots too.
Yeah, he's gonna burn some of the spots on the way since he didn't have a candle for a large percentage of the early going of the seed. But yeah, I do think you want to look at those because you haven't seen level 1, you haven't seen level 3, and I'm not sure what else he's actually missing at this point. Just 4 probably, since it was candle blocked, and 5 since it was right below there and didn't go down that way yet. So 4 dungeons in the first 5 that he could go find.
Yeah, and level 1's always the level you're looking for early. You got 2 items in there, small dungeon, you know, that's where you want to be spending your early time.
Yep. But to your point earlier, if you're digging Death Mountain about 30 minutes into the seed, you're probably feeling like you're one of the first up there in the race. In this case, the race of 2, you would hope that you're first to go up there. And so why not try and get that and generate some potential discoveries of dungeons that your opponent couldn't find. We do find level 1 though, for Redbird.
So that's going to be level 3 is going to be our block dungeon?
That would be the case. Level 3 has to be blocked by something. Will it be blocked by the power bracelet, or will it be the one flute or one remaining raft spot?
And Redbird dipping back into this one. He wants those items. No doubt.
Yep, there's a lot of useful items left and very few lower end items left. I mean, the worst case scenario that this one could be would probably be the heart container and the red candle. But the odds of that, based on the items outstanding, is kind of limited.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of an interesting play. Shatty, going back into 6 and trying to knock that out and get that out of the way.
If he does find, though, the red candle and the book in this, or, you know, red candle and heart in this, some sort of combination of that, or the silvers, then we're gonna, by process of elimination, know both of our items in 9, so that would be cool. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that because we have a very vanilla bow in 1 in the staircase.
Chat, you know what to do.
So Redbird's going to be happy with his redig thus far, since it's netted him one of the items he needs to finish the seed. We won't get the double vanilla one, though, because we've already seen the banana.
Yeah, these runners are just doing kind of just the opposite. They're giving us everything early. I mean, neither of them has all the info yet. But we almost have all of it because they've just gone kind of completely opposite ways right from the get-go. And just different strategies. This is going to be a really interesting race to watch play out here.
There's a floor heart for Redbird. I don't think he's seen a floor heart in here yet, so it may be the second item, or it may be a heart container that's normally in here. So we aren't heart shuffling.
And that's not a terrible 6, although the bottom portion there is blocked by a dig jogger.
Oh, we have a potential for an item staircase here. I don't know that I've seen him take a transport yet, though. Raft is in level 6.
That may also be required.
Yep, there's only one spot left that he can't check on the entire overworld. And with the compass in hand again, Chase seems to have found them all. We are going to find that this Dodongo houses the Triforce. So, Shatty's done with the 3 largest dungeons in the seed, outside of level 9.
Yeah, that's a really good feeling. Just over a half hour in, you got 4 Triforces. 3 of them are the big 3, and he has 3 out of 4 of those items. So that's a really nice place to be early.
Yeah, red candle in level 1, so RedBirdGrad's done there. Let's see what he finds next. We know he can't find level 3.
Yeah, it looks like Shatty's going to check the rest of the forest here. He'll find level 4, probably 5 not long after. But he'll also get those power bracelet spots that are just on the edges of the forest, too.
Question in chat is Shatty just bow and silvers for go? He could potentially need the recorder either in a dungeon or for the last dungeon on the overworld. We know won't be in this level 4, but Jay's got to make progress in here anyways, so he's gonna probably come across it within a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, with a little more resource at disposal too, Shatty will be pretty quick through this 4, I would imagine.
Let's see if Shay's gonna meme or bail. Looks like we're tournament racing and bailing, which is always good. Redbird, meanwhile, is going to head up towards Western Death Mountain, it appears. Yes, he's going to go west, so going to potentially tie up the heart containers, or take the lead, depending on what he decides to opt into. And he'll also likely find the power bracelet, although currently I think... no, he's got enough bombs currently to get all 4 spots left.
That transport not going where Shatty was hoping it was going to take him to.
Yeah, he's seeing if maybe, since it's all the way on the other side, if this level 4 was segmented east and west, but it's north and south. If you have a bunch of red wizrobes and you want them to spawn together in these rooms, your best bet is to go to the top doorway, if it exists, and barely poke your head out as they're set to spawn, and it'll spawn them all to the south, since they can't spawn to the west or east directly. That's how Shatty got them all lined up, so that he could take care of them in rather minimal bomb and combat use.
Yep, having that white sword just gives him that little bit extra quickness through these rooms with stuff like that.
Yeah, Redbird now has his power bracelet, so he's got potential to find level 3. I feel like the first to find level 3 might unlock a big item and be able to maybe achieve go mode. Shatty gets his Triforce out of level 4, so regains a 1 Triforce lead over RedBirdGrad. I think it's going to kind of stay a 1 Triforce lead for a little while, unless RedBirdGrad gets a little bit lucky with his 7 Compass find or his 7 Triforce find, since they're both bomb blocked, and we didn't see a map that was easily accessible on Shatty's side earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And the only thing in 3 is going to be the silvers. If one of them finds that in there, then that's the item we're looking for in 3.
Worth noting that Redbird has a red potion in hand. I'm going to make the assumption, based on the fact that he has 8 hearts when he went to West DM with 7, that he opted into a potion in the last of the shops, or the second to last shop.
And then the flip side of having that combat like Shatty does, he just went up and just took out that Gliok, whereas sometimes if you don't have the combat, you might just walk past that Gliok and actually save yourself that time. So sometimes it can be a double-edged sword having the big combat, but yeah, it's never a bad thing.
Redbird is doing what I think I would do in his situation. Grab that power bracelet, check all of these power bracelet spots to see what's behind them, to know whether or not you have to go digging for another potential item to satisfy your overworld block.
Yeah, it's always good to know what you need to be digging before you go digging in dungeons, if you can.
Hey, the old man's helping out our Tracker Pro piece with some pro tips as to where the book's hiding. We have a compass find for Shatty. I don't know that he can really choose to bail, but he can maybe bomb and see if it's a super room. And can't bomb into that room, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the path that he has to take up and around here will kind of lead him back towards that item room as well.
Looks like he's kind of just heading straight towards it. Maybe thinking because he couldn't bomb in that it was a right-hand staircase. It is not. So he's going to keep on going. These will be our flags throughout this tournament. They don't change at the bracket stage. So what you see here is pretty much what we're going to do the whole way through. And looks like Shatty didn't take too long to find the any key. He went from 8 keys down to 5, so it's not the worst find at that point. I think if he had kept 8 or 9 keys, he would have been a little bit less thrilled to see that item.
Yeah, keys don't seem like they've been an issue too far in this, so much in this seed. They seem like there's enough of them around, and I haven't seen a ton of key doors, even on Redbird's side when he's been going through here.
We have a compass get for RedBirdGrad in the 6. It's looking like he's heading kind of down towards the Triforce already, but he's only got some fairly large dungeons left, so we'll see if he is set on bailing or if he's going to come back in. As Shatty gets his Triforce out of 5s, going to continue bombing the coast. And there is the Triforce pickup in 6 for RedBirdGrad.
Yeah, we still haven't seen if that raft is needed yet or not, so if Redbird looks like he's leaving, so we'll see if that raft spot becomes something.
From my notes, we have a recorder spot, a raft spot, and a single power bracelet spot left. So, 3 chances at level 3. Shatty's going to knock out some of the spots that Redbird's already checked. The only power bracelet spot that I've not seen checked is in the grave.
Yeah, it's got the cheap meat, but it does not have a dungeon, so it looks like we might need the raft or the recorder here. Did we see the graveyard one?
We have potentially some news that he's checked all 4. So, that would make it a 50-50, if that's the case, that Shatty has the item he needs to get to level 3, and that could be trouble for RedBirdGrad if it happens to be the raft.
Yeah, because I don't remember if I saw. I don't think I saw Shatty if he checked out while he was up there right after he got the power bracelet. That spot up there in the grave.
You know, I've for sure not seen Redbird go that way. As far as I can tell, he went through the normal progression. Oh, he checked it right after he picked it up. I didn't see him go down there after he picked it up, so that would be my bad if true. I was convinced he kind of up-aid and started riding back towards the starting spots first.
Shatty buying a Coke. A little pricey on the Coke, but money is no object anymore.
Yeah, we're going to have to hold off potentially on the raft spot check for now. As Shatty has found level 1, I don't think he's going to abandon that to check the raft spot. Although I kind of like doing it just because I want to know if I have to dig this for silvers and recorder, or if it's just silvers that I need. He doesn't have the bow yet in here, but it's fairly quick, so he's going to have that dilemma on his hands not too long from now.
Yeah, with bow and silvers and possibly recorder needed, I think you're going to dig this dungeon one no matter what you find where.
I think you're basically forced into this room You have no way around it outside of like a Triforce to go. I think that was like the only thing that was before this.
And now Redbird fighting with these Wizzies here in 7. We're gonna see if he finds the white sword here anytime soon, but he's not too far from where that actual Triforce is. So long-term effects of Shatty having the white sword, Redbird not, kind of might be piling up here a little bit.
Now we do have a map of this level 7. This may help Redbird find the Triforce, because he's going to know the room exists up there. We find a mugger with bomb or heart. Worth noting, Redbird is, I think, at a capacity of 11. I think the bomb upgrade that was slightly below cost was slightly below the bomb capacity you get in vanilla. Shetty finds the compass for level 1. I don't think he's going to stop his clear, though. He's going to make absolutely certain there isn't something good in level 1.
That is just an interesting level 7 shape. That's that's just crazy. I don't know what you call that one. We'll see how quick Shatty gets up and checks that RAF spot here.
Yep. He's got full knowledge of 1, so he's out of here.
And Shatty, just with Triforce 3 outstanding, he's found every item in all the other dungeons, I think, except for the one item in 8. So that's really the only thing that he's going to be looking for outside of whatever he finds in 3.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out here in just a second where a couple more things are. Goes in, it's level 3, so if this wasn't level 3, we could process of elimination where our recorder was. Fortunately, we cannot do that yet.
Yep, those silvers could be still sitting in the belly of level 8 somewhere, and we don't know where they are yet.
Yep. I think I know the answer for what Shatty will do as far as gambling level 8. I would say there's a very low chance he's going to gamble level 3. I think he clear this for sure.
Now, he will get whatever items in 3, he will go to 9 and begin digging for silvers there if he doesn't find them in 3.
Of note, RedBirdGrad seemingly is far behind. In reality, as long as he finds the item in 7, he's not that far behind. And that's assuming he's checked his power bracelet spot, because he's going to know, once he finds his item in here, that his required item is going to be in the dungeon he hasn't dug. Well, yeah, he's going to know that 8's gotta have either his block or he has to go back to 6. It's flute level 3, so we're no closer to solving the rest of the seed.
Yeah, but we do know silvers are either sitting in 9, which is where we're going to go look next, I'm sure, for Shaddy's side, or they could still be in that 8, which is what everybody here is probably hoping is the answer.
Yeah, bait not required in 9. I think Redbird's had a bit of a slower level 7 than Shatty. I've seen a few more rooms, but neither one's exactly had a breeze of a 7 here.
Yeah, and I don't remember where that white sword was, but I thought Shaddy had found that fairly quick coming into this 7, so interesting to see where that was.
Yeah, it was near start, I'm pretty sure. I think he didn't explore any of those rooms to the right at start. And yeah, the map confirms he hasn't gone right at all here, so he's gonna... Is he gonna Triforce and go this? Go to 8?
It's kind of an interesting play with not a lot of rooms left, because he did a good portion of this 7 already, so be interesting to see if he just grabs a try and goes, or gets a try and comes back in quick.
I think he's gonna go if he's doing this, and he'll just come back if it doesn't pay off in 8.
Meanwhile, Shaddy getting to work in this level 9. He's going to be checking all the stairs he comes across.
Well, I tried to predict RedBirdGrad's movements, didn't work out. He's back in 7. He's gonna find it right away, though. I'm pretty sure it's literally just this, yeah. I think it's this reverse C that's just to the right here.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that happens in these seeds where it just makes you gnash your teeth. One room off, you just, oh god, it's just such the worst feeling, especially something like the white sword just sitting right there.
So we're off to level 8 for RedBirdGrad. He knows it's just 2 screens to the right here. And we're going to determine how far RedBirdGrad is behind Shatty based on the items in here.
So yeah, 3 items left we have outstanding. We have the normal vanilla Coast Heart, we have the book, we have the silvers. So something is the other item in 8, and 2 of those are here in this 9.
Looks like Shatty's going to test out this room. And it's not Zelda, and it's not silver, so we're going to keep on digging. As Redbird does pick up his wand, so he's got the item we know is an 8. Will he find the other one?
Yep, combat's all even Steven now, but Shatty having both of those items for such a long time, it's hard to make that time up. Not that Redbird can't, because if anybody can, Redbird certainly can. This level 9 just looks like where all the Pole's Voice go to reproduce. Pole's Voice breeding grounds in here. That's all I've seen, I think.
Yep. We do have the wood arrows at least, so we can clear through a lot of these. And another potential push block. It does push. Do we have an item? Or did he already explore it? I guess he's going to check this room and unfortunately gets locked in with some blue Dark Nuts, but he has a ton of combat, so it's not really going to do anything other than make him think he's losing time to Redbird, who he probably assumes is right behind him or right with him in 9.
Oh yeah, anytime you're playing an opponent like Redbird, you always have to think that they're one step ahead of you. This is where your nerves get to you in these seeds. You're in 9 and getting shuttered into rooms. It's just, oh boy, here we go.
So what's going to make this game on in a hurry a major advantage for Redbird is if the silvers are in 8, he's going to know that Raft or Flute have to be in 6, because it's the only dungeon left, so he's going to go back there. And then whatever he finds, he knows is the answer. The other one's going going to be in the dungeon there, so it will be Jet at that point for Redbird. We do have a Zelda sighting, though, for Shatty.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, it looked like the Goma was guarding a staircase. And it was just a stall staircase. Nothing over there could bomb. We have heart in 8, silvers, and book in 9.
Oh boy, here we go. Shatty in the right place.
Yep, so it's going to be a bit of a dig advantage for Shatty, to say the least. It's not over until it's over. It could be a really, really nasty 9 setup, but I think Shatty's still got a good 6 or 7 minutes after Redbird finds the Triforce in level 8, so he's going to have overall, what, probably a 11-12 minute advantage in 9? At least.
Yeah, and we know where the compass and the Triforce both are in here in this 8. One is up in the top left corner and one is the bottom right. The Triforce, I think, is the bottom right there, so Redbird needs to find one of those two fairly quickly here.
Yep. We have kind of a weird setup with this 9. Just a couple of weird little jut outs on the right. We have a little loop up on the top left. So a couple things that could troll. Shatty's going to try and bomb up here because he couldn't go right. It's sometimes a sign of a right-hand staircase, which is why he was in such a hurry to get into this room. It looks like it's just a transport, though.
Yeah, and this goes back to, how do you play 9? Do you take those transports when you find them like that? I'm always pretty torn on that, and you're always second-guessing yourself. Oh, should I take these transports and, kind of resolve them, or do you just keep going to the open rooms that you know you can go to?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm wasting a ton of bombs in here, but I'm going to use every other resource I have to pop every door open that I can. He has one room that he has not seen over here. He can't bomb in, so he's going to probably have the same theory about that room. He might want to try and clean it up by going back through the staircase here. Yeah,
and this is a pretty chunky 9, so there are a lot of rooms to go through. And, depending on just the way you happen to go in a dungeon like this, Shatty can be in here for 7-8 minutes until he locates the silvers and Ganon and everything he needs, and Redbird could just waltz in and just happen on the exact right path and be right back in this thing.
There's evidence that it's not always a right-hand staircase impeding your bomb ability in 9 when you can't bomb to your left, as that room was just a BMOS room. So we're going to continue looking. Redbird, meanwhile, is still searching for either the compass or the Triforce in this level 8. He's closer to the Triforce than he is the compass at this point.
Nice comment in chat. It's a person sitting looking at a bird. It's a person sitting looking at a Redbird going through this level 8, that's just an interesting level 8 map. I really wanted to see what that was, and that did not disappoint.
To those of us just coming into this from the raid, we have Shatty in level 9, who does not know for certain that silvers are in 9, as he skipped an item in level 8. It was a heart container that he skipped. So he's going to dig this 9, probably going to dig both items at this point, given his exploration, but there's always a small chance he could opt out. Redbird's looking for the Triforce, which he is one room away from, I believe, now. And then he has to go to 6, where he knows the raft is. And then he has to go to 3, where he knows the recorder is, just to get his Triforce. And from there, he goes to 9 and has full knowledge of Silver's being in 9 already. So it's quite an advantage for Shatty. It's not completely out of the question that RedBird could come back in this, but he's going to have to make very, very quick work of 9 once he gets here.
Yeah, at some point, the lead of being able to be in here and grind and find everything and look is just going to catch up. And, yeah, see how soon Shatty finds these silvers.
Shatty's in rooms that he's already cleared, so he's trying to find some way to get over to the northwest, presumably, as that's the majority of his rooms left. RedBird is going back to 6. He's going to be on the lookout for his raft or recorder, since he doesn't know. But one or the other has to be here for him.
And that's where, you know, sometimes you just take these stairs and see where they lead. And even if you just turn around and come right back through them, you know where they go to. So you can kind of get around a little bit sometimes. But sometimes it just puts you on a wild goose chase, too, where you could have just walked 3 rooms over and found everything you needed. So it's always second-guessing yourself and with the strategies.
Silvers found by Shatty. They're often a little prong on the right side, the middle one. So I know he has Zelda and Silver's information. I personally have not heard a roar, but I don't have the sound very loud, so I don't know for certain.
Yeah, I don't have sound up for these guys, so I'm on chat's honor with this stuff.
Yep. Also, I'd like to point out from the very beginning where we had the Ini route out on the raft, Neat My Steel said, well, it's kind of made the raft less important. We have a raft blocked level 3 here, so we get to poke a little bit of fun.
Now, I said likely. I said likely.
Was that a glitch roar? I couldn't hear if there's a pop there. Didn't quite have it up high enough. Doesn't sound like it. Not on this side, at least. But, again, sound very low.
And when you have these bosses in there, and sometimes you walk in, you're like, did I hear it? Did I hear it? You always have that in your mind, so I always like to check those anyway, and just be like, make sure I
Ganon roar, by the way. So Ganon is up 1. I don't think it was a glitch roar, though. It would have made sense based on the room that Shatty was in for the first recorder block. I think it was just kind of funky because of the entry using the stair. So it might have a very weird route to this. Shatty's down to his last bomb. He's going to have to use it just to make sure there's not a bomb path over here to the left. And it's just kind of a one-off room, so may have to leave and farm bombs or figure out where he missed a potential bomb dropper in here.
And I love the Dodongo in that room, just taunting him on that. Oh, you could have a bomb, buddy. You had 1 bomb. You could have got more. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, this is pure panic mode now for Shatty because he's got to be feeling the heat. He doesn't know that he still has a little time before RedBirdGrad can even get into level 9. And you'll notice that RedBird is just skipping this recorder. I would say that's a bit of a gamble on his part because of the Dig Dogger block, but I know he's feeling like he really has to go. We do know that Dig Doggers are this 9. He doesn't know yet. There's only a chance that they're there.
Yeah, hour 10 in, you are expecting your opponent almost to be finishing at this point. Even, you know, with these flags, this is about where I'd say on average a decent seed is finishing up. So yeah, you're feeling the pressure big time now.
Yep. So RedBird is going to be heading to 9 now. He'll have the capacity upgrade to get up to 10 bombs at this point since he gave 1 up. is going to go in there probably with just one extra. And he may have decided that it was a bit foolish to leave this recorder behind, so it's going to take him an extra 30 to 45 seconds, I think, to go get that.
Yeah, we don't even know for sure. It could well be a Dig Dogger block in here. We haven't seen everything, so we don't even know yet for sure.
Yeah. I think this is the smart play, just eliminate the chance to get trolled by a Dig Dogger in 9.
Yeah, otherwise you're racing through 9, and you see Dig Doggers, you're going to have that going through your head. So it's even, if anything, just a little peace of mind for him here.
Yeah, I think Shay's going to try to find a way from the top 2 or 3 spots in this dungeon to go west on this right side, as RedBirdGrad's now a 9, so it's not inconceivable that he could find a way through this 9 fast enough to beat Shatty, but Shatty's now, I think, 1 room off? No, 1 room still. Can't bomb up, you can't go left. I don't know if he bombed the very top room. I didn't see.
Yeah, and that Dig Dogger right there might be a Garden of Transport that takes you over to Ganon too. We don't know.
Oh, it's a key door even, so it is a door. Meanwhile, RedBirdGrad doesn't know it yet, but he's only 3 rooms away from Silver's. He's just going the wrong direction, unfortunately. And we have a key door to Ganon, so we're starting to run out of time, too. So we're 7 or 8 hits away. As long as Shay doesn't get bopped and drivered a whole bunch, she should be okay. Got a little bit of a dance going there, so it didn't have quite the stun lock, but should still be okay, as I think he's up to 6 or 7 hits at this point, so plenty of health left as a buffer. And there goes Ganon. So as long as he tracked a way back to Zelda's location, he should be able to finish this seed off within the next 30 to 45 seconds. RedBird, meanwhile, is getting some exploration that Shatty never got done into this top left part of level 9. There's a decent chance that RedBird's going to find the route to Ganon just before Shatty finishes here. I think he'll be able to hear the roar from here. Yes, he does hear the roar, but Shatty's finished.
Get your GGs out in chat for Shatty, your winner of this game.
It's like a 1:11:53 officially. And we'll see if he was going to jump in and talk to us about it. And we're joined by Shatty. GG, sir.
Thanks, man.
The big play was sticking to it at 6, finding that raft not too far away from your Triforce, and that paid off because RedBird decided to leave level 6 to dig level 7 and 8, and gave you enough time to kind of complete your route to Ganon before he got into 9 and found the silvers. He's still looking for those.
Man, there's like no way up to that Ganon.
Yeah, and the tale of the 2 seeds here for you guys. You guys kind of did exact opposite things the whole time through. So RedBird just went into 9 here, and the first thing he found was Ganon.
Come on, how's that even possible?
Well, he took that 1 key door up there, I guess.
Yep, you had all your earlier dungeons, Shatty, were the big ones. He had the smaller dungeons for his early dungeons.
I was so excited, and between ladder, red ring, and then wand and white sword, like out of the gate, it felt like. I was like, alright, let's go! Giddy up!
Yeah, and over time that seemed like that was your primary advantage here, because you found that white sword early, you found the wand early. RedBird found those very late, because he did not dig those higher numbered dungeons like you did early.
Yeah, unfortunately, Redbird's 2 rooms away this time from the silvers. He's gonna take the staircase that goes off into the southwest corner, the right-hand staircase that Shatty found from the other side. I think what also helped Shatty in this 9 is he found the map relatively quickly, so even though Redbird got into 9 and got really close to silvers, he didn't know which walls he could bomb, which walls he couldn't. It's kind of forced him to take the obvious path when the obvious path is not necessarily the path to victory.
He get the item out of 2?
The item out of 2 was the magic boomerang. The second item in 8 was the heart container, so the book was the other item in 9.
So yeah, that's one more thing that you didn't do that he did. So he went back into that too fairly early and found the good boomerang in there.
I actually marked that you saw it. Or you hadn't seen it yet, so we thought it was a 66% chance 9. Well, I guess it was a 50-50 for you, but we knew you were gambling anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No doubt. It's right there. Getting 3 last certainly helped that decision along. 8, I figured at the very least maybe I'd see book as well. I don't think I ever saw the map in 8. It was, I don't know, just kind of running out of places to go in there, it felt like.
Yeah, he killed a couple of Gomas. I'm not sure if that led him to the map or if it was just a combat room he didn't clear, but it had a Tetris block segment way up in the northwest corner, and then the rest of it was just kind of a hodgepodge of rooms that kind of wrapped from the northeast down to the southeast and to the southwest.
That's right, I got the compass and started laughing. I think I'd already been through that stair.
Yeah, and you had some pretty good luck with the compasses, it seemed like. You'd find a compass, and I mean, yeah, granted, when you'd find them, the Triforce was on the other opposite end of the dungeon, but you found them, it got you to the Triforces relatively quick.
Yeah, I felt like really good compass luck. I felt like I had great bomb luck until I got to 9 and then ran out and started freaking out a little. It's hard to count anyway, but it's really hard to count in these races when you're in 9. Just trying to go as fast as you can. I knew that bomb shop was right there. I was like, well, maybe I'll just stick around. I mean, there were plenty of, red dark nuts in here, but sometimes you just waste more time doing that. So.
Redbird does find his map in there. He's not too far from the silvers here.
That's kind of debatable, unfortunately. He's pretty far away. They are all the way in the right and in the middle prong.
But I think you need to take the stair over on the left here to get over there. Maybe you don't have to take it, but I think that's how Shatty found him.
Yeah, it might be a staircase over that direction. There's 2 of them at least that lead you over there. Not sure where from anymore. I think the one near start leads you to the northern little prong. And I think the other one that he took was all the way over that right-hand staircase, and that was 1 north. This is going to be the fastest way, though. He knows that there's a way to go right just above this room, because he has it on his HUD map. So he's going to get to check these 2 spots, and then he's going to find it.
Oh, wow. Look at that. A little faster than my route there.
Yep, and all that's left now, after picking these silvers up, is cleanup duty, since he has this route secured for Ganon and for Zelda. So, looking at maybe a, like 11930, 11940, 11950, somewhere in that ballpark.
So yeah, Redbird will be finishing this up very quick. He knows how to get to Ganon. He has the compass for the girl. He knows how to get over there. This will be short work for him.
Yep. Made multiple tutorials for this game, one of them being kind of the art of fighting Ganon, so I expect him to make pretty quick work with white sword, red ring, and a bunch of hearts and a potion even in hand.
And yeah, that's one of the things that really helped me when I was learning how to play this game is Redbird's Ganon tutorial and how Ganon moves and how best to approach the different rooms that he can spawn in. It was night and day for me being able to just, instead of wildly swinging around in Ganon's room, to actually know how he's moving through that room and seeing it. It was extremely helpful.
Yeah, question in chat is, how do we remember how to get back to these places? We have our personal trackers. For us commentators, it's real easy because ProPiece is there to help us out, and the trackers in general for the restreams have been great. It allows us to focus on commentary, and they have to do all the hard work for us. For personal use, there's 2 programs out there that people have made as Redbird completes his Ganon fight. Very clean. Just gonna look for a more direct route. I'm not sure that it exists. I think Shatty tried to bomb here, so this is not gonna work out. Yeah, not gonna work out.
I'll be very upset if he finds one. That room right below him was Zelda's room.
Yeah. Definitely one of those seeds where one runner had the fairly correct order. Maybe not the perfect order, but close enough to it, whereas the other one had the incorrect order, which we've all had, so we've all had that experience of getting trolled by the seed pretty hard, and that's what RedBird got here, as he completes the seed right at the 121 mark.
Get your GGs in chat for both these runners. They both put on an excellent show here tonight. This race did not disappoint. Great race, guys.
And with that, I think we're joined by RedBird. RedBird, one of those seeds where you picked your dungeons to gamble, and it just seemed like it was not going to be.
There was nothing I did right in that scene. Nothing at all. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's just one of those what are you going to do's, though.
No, it's all good. GG's, Shatty.
Yo, GG's, man. How you doing?
Well played. Good, man. I need you to watch my VOD back and, like, put tick marks every time I make a wrong turn and tell me what you get to.
So speaking of wrong turns, Redbird, let's address the great meme of level 7 for you.
So, alright, about that. I thought, according to my Overworld map, I was going to need 2 Overworld block things, and Power Bracelet was not one of them. So I'm like, I think I'm going to need the raft, and I think I'm still going to need the recorder at the point that I started digging 7. So I'm like, I don't think both of them are going to be an 8, so let's go ahead and dig 7. And it ended up being, what, a 4-5 room 7 that I turned into a 30 room 7?
Yeah, I think Shatty had a slightly faster 7, but I don't think it was necessarily blowing down the doors. I think it took him quite some time because he never found the map in there.
Oh, yeah. The map definitely helped, but the thing was, like, if you did it the way I did it, you had to, like, go 3 ways from start. So there was no easy way to route that if you didn't pick the correct 5 rooms.
Yeah, I think the main advantage Shatty had in there, he went in there and he had that white sword really quickly, and he did that dungeon very early.
Yeah, White Sword definitely would have helped the seed, for sure.
Yeah, I got wand even before it, so...
Oh, you had
That
1
was-
out of 8. Yeah, I
I
dug...
was cruising early.
Yeah, I dug a bunch of levels, like, just looking for resources, because I couldn't find bombs for the first 30 minutes of this game. And I was stuck trying to find just any resource just to get going. Once I did, I was fine, but yeah, it caused me to kind of... I left 8, and what was the other one that I left kind of right away? can't think now.
You had 4 very early.
Yeah, 4 and 8, I just kind of left right away. And then when I went back to dig 4, it was the wood boomerang, and I had the Triforce out of 2 super like a minute in the game. And then I went back to dig 2, and it was the other boomerang. So both of them that I redug just like did not turn out well at all.
Yeah, and like I was saying to Shatty earlier too, you guys were the quintessential tale of 2 seeds here. Shatty found the higher numbered dungeons early, dug those, found pay dirt as far as combat goes in all those dungeons, and plus the raft in 6 on his first time in there. Whereas you, Redbird, you went and found the lower dungeons and had those, which of course you just like you said, you found boomerangs and all kinds of nothing that helpful. You had the any key earlier, but that keys were plentiful in this seed. Shatty did not take the candle right away out of a take any, whereas you took the candle. That looked like the smart play at first, but then eventually you got the candle. That wasn't a big deal. So you guys were opposite from the get-go.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I knew I had to do something really, really good to beat Shatty. Shatty's amazing at rando. Like, we talk about it all the time. Shatty's very good, so I was going to have to gamble and do some things differently than I usually do. It just didn't pan out this time.
Yep. But the only thing that kind of went wrong is you had to take a handful of bops on his perfect Ganon, whereas you had a little bit cleaner one. So maybe a revisit of the tutorials in order.
Gotta watch the video again.
I mean, there's positives I'm going to take from this. I only had 2 deaths. Like, I started this tournament, the very first seed, I had 10 deaths or something. So I'm cleaning things up. Like, I'm kind of rounded out, bound in form. So I'm happy with it. I'm good to go.
Yep, and there's plenty of fun opponents to have in the Week 4 pool, especially in the 3-0 and the 2-1. I mean, your choices are like Scytown, Captain Green, TA in the 3-0 amongst other names, and then you've got like Antlers, Lack, Cantaloupe, HN, J Smash, all in the 2-1. So I love these Swiss rounds because they aren't super important. They're just kind of seeding, which is helpful, but not like the end of the world. And you get a chance to face some really good opponents, no matter what record you are, really. I think every single number so far, whether it's 0 wins, 1 win, 2 win, or 3 wins, is going to net you a chance at someone really good or really fun to play against.
Shatty, we had a pact, though. What did we say before the race started?
Trust me, it took your 9 looked a lot faster than mine. I did my best in there.
I said he had to wait for me at the door to Zelda, and he definitely didn't wait, because 10 minutes before I finished, there goes Shatty, bumping into her. See how it goes.
It was 10 minutes before you finished, but he was in there 20 minutes before you finished.
And I left for a while to go get
right. Got some chips, got a drink. No, thanks guys. I appreciate the restream and Shatty. GG's man. Go
yeah, GG's man. And yeah, thanks guys.
Sure.
It's appreciated. And the restreams are what make this tournament so much fun.
Yeah, thank you two guys. You guys are both fabulous runners, and you guys are both great guys to sit and watch on Twitch. So you guys should all be following both these guys if you aren't. I know Redbird, you're not on as much as you have been in the past, but anytime you can get a chance to see Redbird or Shatty stream, it is a treat.
Thanks, man.
Looking ahead now. Yeah, looking ahead to tomorrow, we do have a full slate of matches pretty much covering the entire span of the day, starting right at noon and going all the way through about 10 o'clock in the evening. So we'll get some channels sorted for some of those matches and see if we can't get some of those, some hype commentary from some of our runners tonight, or maybe some of the other runners and or great commentators and trackers in this. So I guess we'll take a look tomorrow, eat my steel, and see what's available.
Absolutely, can't wait.
Right. With that, though, I think that's pretty much going to do it here. So on behalf of my co-commentator, Eat My Steel, our runners, Redbird and Shatty, our tracker, Pro Piece, and Speed Gaming, and all the great staff here, I'm Furious K, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Zelda 1 Randomizer action.